As West Asia has entered the fifth week of that war, U.S. President Donald Trump insisting that a deal with Iran is possible. At the same time, the region is witnessing massive military deployment. Iraq's popular mobilization forces now joining forces with Iran. As per reports, a convoy belonging to PMF, consisting of pickup trucks and men in military attire, entered Iran over the last weekend. While Iranian state media described it as a humanitarian convoy carrying 70 tons of food and medical supplies, this has larger implications in the context of the ongoing war. Just to tell you more about the PMF and why this is significant in the current scenario, it's basically an umbrella organization of armed Shia groups. It was formed in 2014 to fight the ISIS. It is believed to have close ties with Iran. In 2016, the government formally integrated PMF as part of the Iraqi armed forces, but designated it as an independent military formation. As per estimates, PMF is believed to have close to 238,000 fighters with an annual budget of $3.6 billion US. On the 28th of March, PMF's headquarters in Iraq's Kirkuk, located adjacent to a police facility, hit in an airstrike, leading to the deaths of at least 2 policemen. The Iran-backed outfit squarely placing the blame on Israel and the U.S. Early this week, PMF sites in central Iraq's Babil province and western Iraq's Anbar province were also attacked. And a week ago, Iraq granted the PMF the right to defend itself in the wake of the West Asia war.
The Council decided the following. Firstly, to confront and respond to military attacks carried out by military aircraft and drones targeting the headquarters and formations of the Popular Mobilization Forces Commission and other formations of our armed forces using available means.
Now, this also comes at a point when the U.S. has rushed thousands of troops to West Asia, reports suggesting they could be used to seize the Karg Island, which handles 90% of Iran's oil exports, or take part in an operation to extract the enriched uranium. The U.S. troop size, meanwhile, has swelled to over 50,000. As per reports, hundreds of commandos, including Army Rangers and Navy SEALs, reached the region. Additionally, thousands of troops from the U.S. Army's elite 82nd Airborne Division have started arriving in the region. Amphibious assault ship USS Tripoli has also arrived in West Asia. It is carrying close to 3,500 sailors and Marines, as well as fighter aircraft and other tactical assets. Meanwhile, the U.S. Secretary of War refused to explicitly rule out a ground invasion. Listen to what he said.
You can't fight and win a war if you tell your adversary what you are willing to do or what you are not willing to do, to include boots on the ground. Our adversary right now thinks there are 15 different ways we could come at them with boots on the ground. And guess what? There are.
And even as Iranian state media claims that Tehran has 800,000 personnel across the Army IRGC Basij to counter a possible ground invasion by the U.S., the PMF's entry serving as a huge boost if Trump eventually greenlights boots on the ground. Shifting focus now to Pakistan. Months after his close relatives were killed during Operation Sindoor, Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar's elder brother has reportedly passed away. While the pro-Jaish-e-Mohammed Telegram channel circulated the news of his death, there is no clarity on the cause of his death. Anwar's funeral prayers will be held at Bahawalpur, which falls in Pakistan's Punjab province. Anwar was one of Masood's 5 brothers who was actively involved in Jaish-e-Mohammed's activities for several years. And as per reports, he was in charge of arms training, whereas his brother, Ibrahim Azhar, managed operations in Afghanistan. Last year, Anwar was reportedly made head of the Jaish-e-Mohammed's Markaz Osman O Ali, where Masood Azhar temporarily lived. Masood Azhar is one of India's most wanted terrorists. He founded the Jaish-e-Mohammed in 2000, and this terror outfit is responsible for several terror attacks in India, including the 2001 Parliament and 2019 Pulwama attacks. In fact, Pakistani leaders, though, have often feigned ignorance about Azhar's whereabouts, claiming that this terror outfit is defunct. On the 7th of May 2025, his brother-in-law was killed when Indian forces targeted the command headquarters of the Jaish-e-Mohammed in Bahawalpur. And this marks the second incident of a terrorist dying in Pakistan over the last few days itself. On the 21st of March, senior Lashkar-e-Toiba commander Chaudhry Bilal Arif was shot and stabbed to death inside the outfit's heavily guarded headquarters in Muridki. He oversaw fundraising operations and participated in terror attacks on Indian soil. While his murder raised questions, it also later emerged that he was killed due to a personal grudge. Over the last few years, Pakistan has seen a number of terrorists being killed by unknown individuals. For instance, Zahur Mistry, one of the hijackers of the Indian Airlines flight IC-814, was shot dead by two bike-borne assailants in Karachi's Akhtar colony in March 2022. The mysterious killings continued unabated in 2023. Paramjeet Singh, leader of the banned terror outfit Khalistan Commando Force, was killed by unidentified gunmen when he had gone out for a walk in Lahore. In October 2023, one of India's most wanted terrorists, Shahid Latif, was gunned down near Noor Madine Mosque in Sialkot. This Jaish-e-Mohammed leader was the mastermind of the 2016 Pathankot attack. Last year, top LET commander was shot dead by unidentified assailants. He was wanted by India in connection with multiple terror attacks. Humanity is preparing to return to deep space. More than 5 decades after the last footsteps on lunar soil, NASA is ready. And this time, it begins not with landing, but with a daring journey around the moon. Our next story bringing you the details of this 10-day flyby around the moon. Take a look.
For years, the moon has remained close, yet untouched by human presence. Silent, distant, watching. Now the wait is about to end, not with a landing, but with a test of endurance, precision and ambition. NASA is set to launch Artemis 2, the first human mission to travel towards the moon since Apollo 17. A historic return, but with a different goal. NASA began its countdown for launch to moon in more than half a century on Wednesday, April 1st.
Get the opportunity to send our crew farther than anyone's gone before, and it's an incredible moment for the Artemis generation, and we're excited and we are ready to press. I got the opportunity to talk with Reed earlier today, and when the teams are ready and when the spacecraft is ready, the crew is ready and excited to go.
The 10-day mission begins on April 1st. Liftoff, the most critical moment. The spacecraft rises, breaking free from Earth's grip. Hours later, it settles into Earth's orbit. April 1st to April 2nd is about checks, systems, stability. Every detail scrutinized before the journey outward begins. Then comes the push. The spacecraft fires its engines to leave Earth's orbit. By April 6th, the crew reaches the moon. Then the crew swing around the far side and heads back to Earth. The 4 astronauts set to carry out the moon voyage are Americans Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, along with Canadian colleague Jeremy Hansen.
So what I'm really excited about is to hear what their perspective is once they're on the opposite side, looking at the lunar surface large and the Earth as small. So I think that would be really interesting to hear their words.
The Odyssey will mark a series of firsts. The first time a woman, a person of color, and a non-American will venture on a moon mission. But getting it off the ground has not been simple. The Artemis 2 mission was originally due to take off as early as February, but repeated setbacks stalled that goal and even necessitated rolling the rocket back to its hangar for analysis and repairs. And then there is the weather. For now, the countdown is on. the fingers crossed. Bureau Report, WION World is One.